Hello parents, this video is for you. So I've been getting a lot of the same questions and I wanted to create sort of a quick little remote learning frequently asked questions slide because I feel like a lot of you are probably wondering the same things and that this might be a helpful way to address some of these common questions. So one of the questions I've been getting a lot is, why is the ELA packet printed in such small slides? And this is a great question. And the answer is, I wish I could have printed it bigger. But in the frantic rush of trying to get packets out for all 750 students at Cherry Park, I had to do what I had to do to make sure that the packets were done in time. And this meant saving paper, saving ink, and saving time at the copy machine. So I printed 4 to a slide because otherwise the packet would have been over 80 pages. And for 50 kids, that's quite a lot. And of course, I have 50 kids and the other first grade teachers have 50 kids. So you hopefully understand that that was kind of a logistical choice. If it's too small for your children to work with, they can write in the sides, they can write their answers in the notebooks. I'm also sending things in PDF form. So if you have a printer at home, great. But if you don't fret about it. It's not a big deal. I understand that, you were given what you were given and you can only do what you can do. Another question I get a lot is, when is the work due or when does it need to be submitted by? So this will be set by Rock Hill Schools, not by me. Basically, what I've been told is to expect that when the children return to school, there will be a few day grace period, but they should be handing in that work upon their return to school. And again, that date will be set by Rock Hill Schools. Third question is, how do I submit my child's work? So I did not set parameters on this because I have 50 families who are in 50 very different situations. Some parents are working from home. Some parents have lots of children that they're doing e-learning packets with. So if you want to have your child write directly on the packet, that is fine. If you want to have them put all of their answers in their guided reading notebook, that is fine. If you just want to paper clip all the stuff that they do together and stick it in their homework folder, that blue folder, that would be fine too. So it's really about whatever is easiest for you. The only thing I would ask for you is to consider me when you put it all together at the end. I will be grading, or not really grading, but looking at 50 different packets. So if it's, all over the place and really hard to navigate, that'll just be difficult for me. So if you can kind of keep them maybe in order by day, that would be great, and help your child to put the date in the corner of their guided reading notebook so that I can kind of follow along chronologically. That would be helpful as well. But again, do what you can do. That sort of answers that fourth question, which is, what is the best way to organize that work? Again, this is all what is easiest for you. So just do whatever works for your family. Again, just try to keep things in chronological order so that it's easy for me to assess. That leads me to the fifth question. Will the assignments be graded? And the answer to that question is not really. So we don't really grade in the traditional sense, like A, B, C, D, E. And we don't really assign numbers 1 through 4 to any one particular assignment typically. What I'm going to do is look at the work and assess it. Did your child do well? Did they seem to struggle? What did they struggle with? And that way, when they do return to school, I can figure out which way to best support them. Most of the stuff they're doing is a review, so I already have a really good idea of how they're doing it. I would say the guided reading questions would be the thing I will look the most closely at, because that will be some sort of newer skills that they will be practicing in those questions. But for the most part, a lot of this is review for them. The sixth question is, where are the spelling words? And this is my mistake. So the ELA team pulled together to put the packets together, and I had gone through and edited it to tailor it to my students, but that was one thing that I just missed. So we don't have spelling words. Another first grade class does. They do spelling tests. We don't do that. So don't worry about the spelling words. Ignore it. Ignore it entirely. And the final question is the MAPS packet. What does it look like and what do I do with it? So you should have gotten 3 packets in total. And it is the packet that printed front to back it's like 4 boxes with 4 different questions, and they look just like the questions on maps. And maps is typically read to your child, so one of the things you could do if you have time is read those questions to them. And I would have them answer without any support. So don't help coach them through the answer. See what they come up with on their own. And then when you're done, go back and highlight anything that they got wrong and go over what they did wrong on that question. And if they got them all right, then great, you can move on with your day. All right, so hopefully this answers a lot of your frequently asked questions. The only thing I can tell you is keep calm and eLearn on. So I don't know if you know anything about the Keep Calm posters, but they were sent out by Great Britain during World War II. And I feel like it fits really well with this very strange time in our lives where we're all trying to navigate this new world of being quarantined and trying to teach our kids at home while also working. And the only thing I can do is remind you, as I remind myself, to take this one day at a time. Remember that your kids save their dramas for their mamas and their papas. They're usually very good for me in school. My kids are giving me the same fights. So all we can do is take it one day at a time. I hope you all are well. I miss the kids terribly. Send me pictures if you can, and please have a wonderful rest of your day.